So welcome to Game Plan Sunday. Today is November 22nd. Let's take a look at the markets here and what we uncovered from last week and what we noticed coming down the pipeline this week here. So markets, pretty interesting week again. We had some interesting news about COVID vaccines with, a real high accuracy level here, talking about 95%, effective efficacy, basically. So looks like things are going pretty well on the COVID vaccine side of the spectrum here, which is good for the markets as far as opening back up. So that's actually a little counterproductive to those stocks that's been booming for the past couple of months with the lockdowns. So if you keep that in mind about potential the economy opening back up because of the vaccine, that's a step into the positive direction to give everybody a little confidence to go back to work and everything else. So we did have talks about that. We also had, let's see here. Let me pull up this here. Oh, this is interesting here. There's a lot of talk about the CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. Real interesting material here for you guys that don't know. We've been talking about, first of all, we've already talked about this whole collapse, we started last year. If you go back to the previous articles, you guys can see it's time stamped in there when I released that in 2019. Trust me, I do want to get back right, and I have a lot of things that I can write about, but just want to make sure people are consuming the information. A lot of research to go into it. So, but we predicted the whole situation anyway. But along with this, you have things like, central banks coming in making digital currencies. This is all a part of the whole plan. And this has been big talks, for the past, 2 weeks or so about them, coming out and hijacking the economy is basically what they're looking to do. Now, if you guys don't know, we do have a cryptocurrency group that is on the website. So if you're into the whole crypto thing, just join the crypto gang right there. It says crypto gang. And I'm looking for, anybody who wants to join it, to join, it's free. So definitely check that out. But the article here is posted in here. A lot of insight that you can gain on that about these whole digital currencies, which is different from, Bitcoin and, what Bitcoin represents. Bitcoin is, supposed to be the people's money. It's unregulated. It's not centralized like how our monetary system is now. But you got these central banks, all around the world, they all coming together to try to hijack the economies. I mean, that's basically what they're going to have to do. What better way to do so than with a digital currency? See, if I have physical gold, physical silver, they can't actually account for that, right? But when it's digitized, it's in the computer world, anybody can hit a switch and it's boom, boom, boom. That is total control. We call it totalitarian. And that gives them that type of power. I watched an interview with Jim Rogers. He was talking about the same thing. He's a big gold investor, still super long gold. But he was saying that I know these guys, these central bankers, they would like nothing more than to be able to control as much of society as they possibly can. So you guys got to understand that this whole, going digital currency thing, it is very, very dangerous. As someone who has written, algorithms and things like that myself, I'm telling you right now, this is some dangerous stuff. And we're talking about your freedom to be able to maneuver, to move, all of that. You have to keep that in mind. So if you go to any of these restaurants that's out here nowadays, they're showing you change shortage. They got, currency shortages, basically, right? And that's not going away. That's permanent. They eventually have to destroy the dollar. The medicine to try to fix the economy, what people want, it has to destroy the currency. That's the outcome. That's why so many people are super bullish on gold, and they're super bullish on stocks, and they're super bullish on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin had a big rally this week, and it's reaching up to 20,000, right? And so we'll take a look at the charts on that. But yeah, so the crypto guys, they've been having a biggie. Gold has not moved up, but we can see when we take a look at the dollar and all of that, how all of that's, the dollar is basically losing a lot of value. And they haven't even started this second stimulus. Now, I mean, this is, when they start this next stimulus, it's going to be crazy. So again, it's still long gold, still long everything except for dollar. You know, I was even watching an interview with Ray Dalio saying the same thing. You know, he's always talking about cash is trash. So you got to understand that shoebox money, that dope boy money. You got to get that money, you know, wrapped up into some assets. Get it out the shoebox, get it from under the mattress, because inflation is going to kill you. All right, so we can talk a little more about that. A coup for China. This right here is posted on the website too. You guys check that out. China is maneuvering itself, you know, in a way that, you know, that gives it, you know, this strength, this power to, you know, compete against America for the world reserve currency and everything else. You know, China is pumping. You know, they're pumping, and you know, these European countries, you know, they weak. You know, point blank. Period. China is strong. It's the only contender that can actually, you know, can mess with America. You know what I'm saying? Because China is a production house right now. You know, China has free markets. You know, China is booming. You know, they don't have a lot of regulation that we have. You know, we have this whole, you know, this mixture of capitalism. It's not quite capitalism. It's state capitalism or corporatism. And so you're getting a lot of negative things that's happening in the economy, and capitalism gets the blame for it because a lot of people don't understand how these systems work. They don't do a great job at teaching these things in school. So I try to give you guys information. In fact, we got a whole course on the website called Time in the Markets that's free. When you get the options trading master class, you get the Time in the Markets class for free to help you to understand how all these, you know, major things work all together. Really good class. But basically, you know, you see U.S. and China is still at it. And, you know, China is, you know, they're a good contender. So anyway, you can check that out. They're moving with the deal. Now, they had a G20 conference, the G20 conference this week. And it was interesting. You would check out on all the news media and everything. You'll see a whole bunch of stuff about Trump didn't show up. Trump didn't do this, that, and the third. But Trump actually, he did show up. It was a virtual conference thing. And so, you know, he actually was talking about, and I didn't watch the whole thing, but he was talking about how he pulled out the Paris Climate Agreement, you know, and he was, you know, basically like, yo, I'm proud that I did that because that whole agreement is lopsided. America loses big jobs, you know, all this other stuff. And he basically told all those guys at G20 that, yo, y'all ain't about to mess up America with this crap talking about, you know, clean energy and all this other stuff. You're going to destroy so many jobs. It's crazy. So again, you got to take a look at the cost benefit analysis of this going green stuff. A lot of people don't understand it. It sounds good and when you're talking about clean this and clean that, but you have to, you know, take it through the lens of your economic lens. You know, what's the cost benefit analysis? And there's no cost benefit for America to do so. And then he was talking about how America has the cleanest environment out of all those countries. So America be carrying the weight for all these countries. They need to get their stuff together. Trump told them, listen, this is what we're doing over in America. We keeping it plugged right here in America. We're not funding all of that for you guys. And so as you see, Trump is, you know, basically isolating America from the rest of the crew, the G20 leaders, you know, so they beefing, you know what I mean? And so, but that's been his whole MO, you know, from the World Economic Forum last year. He told them the same thing. He told them, I'm not going to put our troops in all these endless wars like the Clintons and the Bushes. I'm not doing that. We're bringing our soldiers home. We're going to stop fighting these, you know, these countries. We're going to let them defend themselves. If you need our military protection, you're going to pay us for it. And he told all of them that at that meeting. So, you know, they got it in for Trump because he's not playing with the program. Now, I say this because a lot of people do not understand, and I've been posting about it. We've been talking about it for a while, about the Great Reset, which is due 2021, World Economic Forum. They got this meeting. They had this meeting every year in Davos, and this year it's called the Great Reset. Now, you know, and I might write an article on it. We'll see. But this whole Great Reset, you guys got to understand, this is legit. Go to the website, check it out. We've posted on our website. So if you go on our website, type it in, you can pull it up. But, you know, I mean, they got this catastrophic video about all these destruction and stuff that's happening and how they need to come together in unison. That's like one central planning, you know, committee that's going to dictate how society is going to run. You know, they got all kind of agendas in there. They're going to make everybody equal. They got LGBT initiatives in there. I don't know what that got to do with anything. If somebody's having sex or this, that, and the third. But anyway, that's what they're pushing. All of this all together, but they need America to come along, to be a part of the program. And Trump is like, no, we're not doing that. And so, which, brings me into talking about the whole Biden situation, because, again, Biden is the president-elect, so he more than likely probably get it. I'm not too sure. Trump and them still working the case, but, Biden get it. These are things that you got to start, thinking about, like, what's the future going to be like? We're not talking about when you're dead and gone. We're talking about in the next 5 years, everything as you know it is going to be different. The whole COVID situation is ushering in all of this new world order stuff, right? Ray Dalio got this whole book that's coming out called Changing World Order. He's been dropping, clues on it, all year, and he keep on pushing the date back. I guess maybe he's adding more to it, but it's a great body of work. And, you keep on talking about how these cycles happen over and over again. Now, I disagree with Ray Dalio on certain aspects as far as, I do believe that he's a part of this whole World Economic Forum thing. And their whole situation that they want to do is they want to rebuild capitalism. Like they want to make a new capitalism, which I don't understand. How could you make a new capitalism? Because what capitalism is in the first place, it's just a free market. It's just, without government intervention, let people voluntarily exchange with each other. Let, private people, own property, because you got to have private ownership of property, and you got to have voluntary exchange. That's what, capitalism is all about, right? I got the Wallstreet Jackboyz hoodie. Make sure y'all get the hoodies, right? But, if somebody want to buy a hoodie, I got a hoodie for sale. You can actually go buy a hoodie. Simple as that. You don't need the government to say, oh, Pierre, you can't sell people those hoodies for that. You need to sell those hoodies for $80. And I'm like, okay, I don't need the government to tell me to do that. Like, the market sets the prices. You see what other people are selling their T-shirts for, what are people willing to buy for? We can naturally come to these conclusions without a government. Okay. So these are things that's really important, and they're going to be talking about all of this stuff so much, like over these next years. You guys are going to be hearing about, you're going to be seeing these developments, and they post it. The problem is people are not looking. Okay. It's not conspiracy. This stuff is real talk, because, the situation that we're in now, we talked about this whole, recession coming, and it's a possible depression. And it really is, because the feds are they cannot control this situation. Their medicine, it only hurts the situation, right? They're trying to create the inflation, and the way they measure it is totally wrong, right? And so, I was just seeing posts just this week about people saying they can't find tissue again, right? People saying, I was seeing people that was posting $20 packs of chicken wings and stuff like that. So food is going up. And then we get the CPI numbers, and they say, oh, there's no inflation. The Feds, we still need to pump more, but we need to get this thing rolling so we can get more inflation. That's because there's more deflationary pressures that's happening right now. You got over 700,000 people that's out of work on a weekly basis, right? So you still got, I think it was over 10 million people that's out of work right now. You got these rent moratoriums, mortgage moratoriums, where they're stopping, landlords and them from collecting their rent, but that's getting ready to end. And so if that was to end, it'd be catastrophic on everything. You'll see prices just plummet. And the feds can't have that, so they're trying to keep things up, regulations, do everything they can to keep it up, instead of letting the market just clean out all the bad debt, clean out all this, crap, which is going to hurt, right? But if they were to do it that way, we'll knock the hurt and the pain out quickly. We can bounce back to a better economy. But instead, they want to try to manipulate the manipulation that they've already done even better than they've ever done before, so they can continue to go down this whole route. So again, that's why you got the whole digital currency situations. In fact, what they're talking about, right? And again, I have no issue with those that's in Bitcoin. I understand what people are hopeful about with that. But just being a student of the game, there's no possible way that a government is going to allow any entity to destroy government. You're always going to have government. So that's just not going to happen. And if the government can't control the money, it's just not going to happen. It's just not even possible. So the issue is, and Dalio talked about it as well. And I told my man that, the government has the ability to ban Bitcoin. They have the ability to ban cryptocurrency and force its citizens to use its currency. They did it back in the 30s with FDR, but they banned gold. Gold was banned, from the 30s all the way up until Nixon. So gold was banned. It was illegal to have it. So they can ban, no cryptocurrency. My whole thing is that I would rather have me some money, real money, because gold is real money, some physical assets. I don't trust all the computer stuff. I don't mind having a little bit in there, but I gotta have some physical. I don't trust the whole internet world. If all your asset, your money and everything is tied up in this whole digital world, the internet goes out, what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So point blank period. That's, to me, is crazy. Now there's risk in having, physical, gold and silver, like somebody can rob you or what have you. So you can have that, but that's what we got guns for. So in America, we have the right to bear arms. So we using those amendments, B. I'd rather go down that route. And plus, gold and silver has always been money. From the beginning of time, always will be money. Central bankers, they will always have to have gold. The only real confidence in any kind of money has to have some kind of gold. So that's never going away. Never, right? Bitcoin can come and go. Another crypto can come and go. Who knows? Government could ban it, and they're issuing the Fed coin and all this other stuff. But it's only to have totalitarian control over society, because they have a big issue where they haven't been able to hit these inflation rates. Okay. Now you think about it. We just talked about food is going up. Supply chains is destroying everything with COVID lockdowns. You can't get your hands on certain things fast enough, or, consumer demands. So inflation, we're seeing inflation, but they're not measuring it. So they want to pump more. They want to continue to destroy your dollar when they print more money, and in hopes to get the economy moving again. And the only way you get the economy moving again is you got to get people spending money. And if people are not spending money, not just any kind of money, but spending enough money to get the thing rolling. And so if you don't get that, then you get deflation, which is, utmost catastrophic, and they cannot have that. So their only medicine is to basically destroy the currency. So they're going to keep on pumping money to try to influence people to basically go out and spend money. The problem is do you have people spending money? So I was listening to Mark Cuban, this was months ago, and I think he was saying something about a solution to get people spending money. And this is another thing that this is months ago, he was talking about it, but now further developments kind of conclude what he was saying. He was saying how basically you got to get money directly into the hands of people, and then you actually incentivize them to spend the money immediately, and then you punish them if they don't spend the money. You see, it's all psychology. You feel me? This is a matrix. I don't know no other way to tell people. This is a matrix. So you punish people by, if they don't spend the money, by removing the money. But see, they don't have access to your accounts and all this other stuff. But with them destroying the dollar, they're going to destroy banks. They're going to destroy banks, and basically you'll be issued out some kind of card, for the feds or whatever. Or maybe you may have an app that you download on your smart device, which I'm pretty sure they would love to have, you glued up to this some kind of smartphone device like how they have in China, where they can get the money out to you quickly as possible. Also, they talk about the universal basic income and all of that, right? Because a lot of these jobs are never coming back. The feds and everybody's saying the economy would never, ever be the same. People are living in fantasy land. I don't know why. I feel like sometimes I'm like in a bubble by myself, like I'm the only person with their thumbs on this. Except for, you guys, Wallstreet Jackboyz, y'all tuned in. So I appreciate y'all, man. But, everybody else is just sheep, But to have a card or some mobile device that you get these payments from the Federal Reserve for stimulus or whatever the case may be, but you have to actually spend the money within a certain time. Now, Mark Cuban, you guys know Mark Cuban. This guy was on Shark Tank. He owned the Mavericks, really smart, intelligent guy. One of my favorites on Shark Tank. He's a little liberal. I don't like all his liberal side things, and but he's a smart guy. He's a good investor as well. But he talked about this months ago. I mean, this is like maybe earlier this year. He was talking about it as soon as the thing kicked off. And I was like, that's crazy. And now I'm seeing it coming into fruition. I'm like, oh, that just makes sense, because they're talking about this whole digital currency from the federal government. Europe is talking about, everybody's talking. All these countries are talking about it already. They're not just talking about, they're already making it. So just know it's coming. But if they, hook you to it, which they're definitely planning on doing so, and then they can control everything that you do. And you look at China, they had this whole social score system, I was looking at this documentary over the past weekend. It was crazy. Me and my son, they got a whole city that's just, right in the computers. They can control everything. They got algorithms doing everything. They tap into, they zoomed in on this building that has some kind of illegal structure somebody was building. And they went over there, sent the forces over there to destroy that immediately. They got people walking around with cameras on that all of this data is going into a system where they can control it. Now that won't fly in America because we have a whole lot more freedom than they have over there in China. You feel me? So that won't fly over here in America. But it flies over in China because again, they used to being, you know, oppressed and stuff. So they feel like they are actually free. They don't even really think about it like how we thinking about it. So, but that's also your, you know, invasion of your privacy. Think about it this way. The federal government, if you got to download an app on your smart device, right, in order for you to get the stimulus check or whatever, you know, anytime you download an app on your phone, what do you have to do? You guys know what you got to do. You got to give it permission for your damn camera, your damn microphone, your contact list, all of that, right? So dope boys, y'all can hang it up, all right? Listen, ain't nobody got to snitch on you, all right? They already gonna know it. But this is the reality that's shaping up right now, and you know it's a sad reality, but that's what it is. Now, most people won't see it that way because it's like, oh, I'm just getting paid. I'm getting paid by the government, but it's gonna be at the expense of your freedom, you know, where the government is basically maneuvering in a way that it feeds itself and becomes bigger and becomes totalitarian at the end of the day, right? And you have the technocrats, which you have these, you know, your Jeff Bezos, your Elon Musk, all these guys, you know, these tech gurus, they are, you know, definitely the head of this. You know, they have to make the financial technology or any kind of technology to facilitate all of this. You got Square, you got PayPal, you got all these guys that's in on this stuff, right? They was talking about what Square and PayPal with this whole Bitcoin situation, which that also, you know, helped the Bitcoin community go up. But man, trust and believe, these guys working in the favor of the central planners. That is a problem. So make sure you check that out. Tesla, they finally joined the S&P 500. So that was, you know, big news for all those Tesla investors. Although stock didn't really go nowhere. But again, Tesla, very interesting situation there. Elon just supposed to have launched like 4 astronauts out into the ISS. And for those that don't know, when he does these projects, he gets government taxpayer dollars, you know, from NASA or whatever. So he is a big beneficiary of all of this whole space talk and stuff like that. He's not the only one. You got all these other guys. It's all this space talk. We got enough problems on Earth to not be worried about space right now. So can we use all that shit that y'all, you know, finessing out there with technology to help, you know, society become a better place? But no, you know, they're wasting taxpayer dollars. That money can be going to better use. And Elon Musk is one of the guys who gets super, super rich. In fact, I think is he like the 4th richest person in the world now? I can't even remember. I think I just saw something about he just passed Zuckerberg or something. Anyway, stupid, dumb rich. Check this out. Costco, right? This right here, they declared a special dividend of $10 a share, which is coming up December 2nd. I was telling you guys, hey, I mean, $10. This dividend is crazy, okay? $10. Yeah, you don't see $10 dividends to you guys that own stocks. You know, they normally be like 20 cents, 40 cents. Costco came out the bag on them. They got a lot of good cash flow. So they dropping at $10 a share for their investors and to attract more investors. That's a big ass dividend. So, you know, definitely I like Costco for the long term anyway, because again, these are these essential companies. People are always going to need, you know, tissues and food and stuff like that. Walmart, Target, Costco, all of these guys, they benefit from that. You know, even if it's a lockdown, they still going to benefit regardless. And speaking of Target, you know, they just launched this Ulta, the whole, you know, Ulta Beauty. You know, I told you guys when I went there for the first time, and I was like, no wonder I see, you know, my wife get lost up in there. I'm going in there, it's all kind of dainty chicks up in there. They just like they at the mall or something. I'm like, it's crazy. So I like Ulta. Ulta is a beautiful, you know, atmosphere. It's crazy. But the fact that they got this spot that they drop in a Target, you know, popped up real great. That was cool. What else do we have? Import, export, price index. This stuff is right here on the website. About, you know, it's about the basically import and exports, inflation basically. And then we had the unemployment weekly claims, which I just told you guys about that. Initial claim was 742,000, an increase of 31,000. So you see unemployment, it's still kind of choppy because, you know, every week they revise up or down. And you just look at the chart here just to make it simple. You see the line is going sideways. So when I say it's going sideways, it doesn't mean that it's not going up or down. It's just, yeah, it's kind of moving sideways. They're not really getting attraction. Like when you see it go up, that's bad news, right? When you see it go down like this, then that's better news, right? So When I say it's chopping, that's what I mean there. But you can check it out. This is straight from the source, right on the website. Also, I created this IPO group, right? Because there's a lot of IPOs out there. I see people on the web asking about IPOs and stuff. So there's another resource out there for you guys. We got this group called the IPO group, right? So remember we talked about the crypto game. That's on the website now. We got fundamentals, but I was just showing you guys that fundamentals, technical analysis, and things script coders as well. So we'll talk about some of that here in a few. But this one here, I just covered this one, Roblox, right? I don't know if you guys got kids or not. I have kids and they play this game, Roblox. I think the game is dumb. You know, our generation came from gaming, from Ataris to Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Saturn. I had Sega TV. Y'all remember Sega TV? I had Sega TV, B. Back when I had, we had Dreamcast, PlayStation 1, 2, 3, everything. Then you got the Xbox and all that stuff. But from our generation, we saw the evolution of gaming where you went from just straight up 2D stuff. I mean, even when my pops, my stepdad, we stayed in the hood. We're the only people in the hood with a computer because, you know, my stepdad is a super nerd. This guy's like a genius, right? He used to fly helicopters and all that in the military. But, you know, he came through with the computers and all that. So we in the hood, we had computers and we had a 3/4 floppy disk. You guys remember the floppy disk? Yo, Pops had like whole trays full of games. I remember we just played the games, you know, with the little floppies, just pop them in there. And the graphics were what they were, but we had fun. So going from that evolution to, you know, playing games down today, you got like Call of Duty, Battlefield, and 3D and all this other stuff. The graphics are just great. And this Roblox game is like way back in the day, like Super Mario Brothers, but like 3D version. But it's kind of crazy because it's like, for me, I can't go back. You know, I can only like, I expect gaming to go forward and I can't go back, but the kids, they like it, you know, like Minecraft and all that stuff. Anyway, they like it. So this game, Roblox, is crazy. As you guys see, I wrote it in here about the IPO. I'll tell you my opinion. I think it sucked, but it doesn't mean that it's not a good investment. They're positive. They're making a lot of money. Got over 31.1 million players on a daily basis. Okay. So anyway, this is give you guys some info when you're on the website. You want to check it out about the IPO and all that stuff. It was an $8 billion evaluation. So yeah, big boy money right there. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Terrence says more of a connection. Kids get together and play. Hey, man, listen, everybody got a right to have an opinion, but you can't, you know, you can't hate on what it is. I mean, you can hate on, you know, from your opinion, but you got to state the facts. The facts is that 31 million people are playing it. So maybe they know something that I don't know, but they like it. And can we make some money off of that? Hell yeah. So that's what it's all about. Capitalist state of mind. Affirm is a payment company. They, you know, they got their whole IPO as well. So I got a little note up in here about that one. But anyway, just some IPO news. Some IPOs is big boy talking. Bitcoin, the whole talk about the PayPal and all of that. So if you're into that, that's on the website. So when you post in the groups, remember, you guys can go into the groups and you post on the groups. It'll also show up on the news feed right here on the website. It'll show up in the news feed. And so you can get all of that like on the website, right? And so one thing I'm about to plug my man Justin, because he in here tonight. Shout out to everybody that's in here. But we got this group called Think Script Coders. For you guys that know, we use the Thinkorswim platform where we have lots of dope indicators and stuff like that. People always ask about the indicators, and you know, a lot of the indicators are really expensive, thousands of dollars just for you to get some of the tools that we use to do our analysis and all of that. And so, you know, if anybody has, you know, coding skills, you know, ask that you will contribute to, you know, this group here. Make sure you join. You don't have to be a coder to join. If you're just someone who wants some fly ass indicators, right here on the website, we got them right here. So, but my man Justin came through with some dope scripts. GGGs. This one right here, the squeeze spider joint, right? So you looking for those squeeze plays. This is right here, all in the group, the Think Script group. Okay. Bingo, right? He dropped some dope fire indicators for you guys to check out. Now, trust and believe me, these indicators are thousands of dollars. If you go and try to get them, I don't even recommend them for people. I try to give you like an alternative to use. So sometimes you see me using them. But now you guys can have all these indicators for free. Sometimes we post the coding. Sometimes we'll just post the little script you can copy and paste. You don't have to be a coder to join the group, but if you want to get your hand on the resources, you can just copy and paste it right into your platform and you'll have the indicators. Some of it you'll see we got the script, that we got some of the coding on here. you'll see what the instructions are pretty easy. Copy and paste, drop it into the editor, and bingo, you'll have it, right? So anyway, this is another resource that is on the website. I just want you guys to be aware of that. So definitely check that out. But I'm just gonna go back to the news feed here. And yeah, okay, I see you guys over there. Kids love it. Cool. Out in China, universal basic. Okay, gold and silver, only money after copper, brass, stock. Okay, cool. All right. So after all of that, okay, yeah, some other news here about XRP. That's another crypto situation that's in the crypto group. What else we got here? Okay, we did have the situation with Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin and Fed Powell. Fed Powell wrote Steve a letter. I copied the letter right here for you guys to actually read it. You know, basically, he like, B, I need that money back. All right. Y'all know Steve Mnuchin is a secretary. He's a Treasury. And he basically told, you know, Powell, who's the head of the Fed, hey, B, we need that money back. Right. So Powell came back. You know, he was being very humble up front. And then he told that man, he said the CARES Act assigns the Treasury Secretary sole authority to make certain investments in Federal Reserve emergency lending facilities, subject to limits specified in the statute. You have indicated that the limits on your authority do not permit the CARES Act facility to make new loans or purchase new assets after December 31st, 2020, and you have requested that we return Treasury's excess capital in the CARES Act facility. Right, we will work out arrangements, blah, blah, blah. So basically, you say, okay, B, I'm going to give you the money back because, you know, it's sitting there, right? And Steve basically saying that the money's just sitting there. He's not even using it. You know, we can put that money to better use, you know, for helping the people out, the citizens out directly versus saving this money up for these institutions. The money's just sitting there for liquidity purposes or whatever. But it's not that simple, but you know, when you get into it, that was interesting because the markets would love to have more money, and that's money that Steve just requested back. So just keep that in mind. That was a major development. All right. So anyway, you can check that letter out and that post right out on the website. Coming up this week, earnings, pretty light. I think who we have here showing up Tuesday, much better day. I don't know. Monday is looking meh. It's looking like meh. But we do have the PMI numbers that's coming out on Monday. So we'll take a look at the manufacturing things, and PMI is expected to be good. That's the manufacturing numbers. Tuesday, we have Autodesk. You got Nordstrom's, you got Dell, Gap, Burlington. Who else? You got Best Buy, Dollar Tree, Dick's. So yeah, Tuesday is looking like the best day for earnings. Wednesday, you have John Deere. And that's pretty much it for, you know, for earnings. Now, you got to remember, we got Thanksgiving this week. And so the markets will be closed. That's going to be on Thursday. So no action on Thursday. You guys get to relax. I get to relax. I'll be running like a machine out here, B. So I'm going to need some rest. And you guys enjoy family and all that on Thursday. Friday markets will be closing early. Let me see. I think they close at 1. Yep. Markets close at 1 p.m. on Friday. So we get like pretty much a half day on Friday. So, you know, the money will be made on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So I think we might try to get some pump up before the holiday. And then the following week, I mean, we're in the first week of December, last month of the year. Will we have a good Christmas? Will there be a stimulus? Like, geez, who knows? It's a lot of volatility. Also, can Trump flip the election? That is risk that I never heard anybody talk about it. But because they pretty much already wrote him off that he already lost. And if that was a stand, then that's cool. We already see the way the market is moving now. But if Trump messes around and flip this whole thing, it's going to be chaos in the market. So just keep your eyes out on developments on that. I really haven't been paying much attention to it, but that is a particular risk that we have to keep in the back pocket. Okay. Other than that, we're still moving forward with our analysis as if, you know, Biden will take the throne in January. So we'll check that out. Anyway, you guys make sure you check us out. Wallstreetjackboyz.com on the website. If you're new, this is a great place for you to learn and connect with other people, with the social atmosphere. The courses are right here if you need the courses. But it's lots of other resources on the website. search stuff. You got direct messenger. You got the chat room. We're live in the chat room every day. Make sure you guys come through, visit. You know, you have your regulars. Jonathan is in there. Justin is in there. Mark is in there. Ron. Everybody's pretty much in there on a daily basis. So you can tap into it on your phone from your mobile device. The website is fire. Trust and believe me, I put a lot of work into this. So you guys don't see me. I'm always working. And even when I be BS and debating and stuff, I'm actually always still working. I got multiple monitors, so I'm doing things. And I'm like, let me go over here and just screw with a couple people. But I'm still over here gunning, trying to make things better, give us a better experience. I don't play around when it comes to our product. There's nobody in the market that can touch Wallstreet Jackboyz. Everybody in here already know. Most of the guys already taught, learn from other people, train with other people, what have you. But our website is off the chain. Spare no expense on this thing. I would love for you guys to use it more and more. The more you use it, the more I can learn how to make it better. The same way you use Facebook. The only way Facebook can make it better, they had to have so many people using it all day, every day. So the more you guys use it, the more I can know how to trim the fat, you know, to know what to keep, to know what to add and things like that. But right now I'm just dropping things. You know, my imagination is just real creative. I'm just flowing with it. I dropped it. You guys didn't ask for the crypto game, but I know it's a lot of crypto guys out there. Boom, drop that, drop the IPO joint, drop the fundamentals, drop all of that, right? And, you know, I look forward to writing some more articles and things like that. We'll see how that plays out. But, you know, I'm only one man. So anyhow, but make sure you guys check out the website. Registration is free. Also added in there that you can log in and log out without even having to type anything in. You just hit the button through your social media platforms. So if you got Facebook, Gmail, you got, what's the other one? Twitter or something? I can't remember. But anyway, the social media things, you could just click that and you can actually create a profile just like that without having to sign registration and all of that. So just keep that in mind right here on the website. Bingo. To the charts. Here we go. Here we go. All right. That's right. I appreciate it, Justin. We got work to do. That's right. So checking this out right here at the ES. Now, just taking a look at the shape of the markets, you know, the formation that we have here, it's looking all right. But it looks like it's getting weak. You know, I don't know what to really expect at this point. Let me just pull out my annotation here real quick. This is the ES S&P 500. Okay, we look like we had a double bottom situation right here at these floors. We came up, we tagged this target here. We did not clear the target. We're starting to roll over right now. We see momentum is dropping off right now with that dark blue right there. We got the arrows turned downward. It is in the overbought territory. So I don't know what to expect, but I'm not really expecting too much bullish play up in here. Okay. Not in the equities. Also for the NASDAQ, also tech stocks. Although tech stocks is pretty much what's driving the markets. But a lot of those tech names have been pushing up in the markets based off of more lockdowns. And so with the whole talks of vaccines coming back into the place, that puts more pressure on, on the tech stocks. So we've been getting a lot of chop. We've been getting a lot of chop right up in here because of that. A lot of doomsday talk. Yeah, it's not doomsday, not right now. But, they're talking about rolling the vaccines out as early as December 11th. So we got a couple of weeks and they're talking about, getting this thing roll out early. I think Fauci's talking about, doing it in April or something like that. But I believe they got it to the point where they can have people that voluntarily want to take it. And I'm all for voluntary, vaccination. I'm just not with the whole forced vaccination situation. So, but if you want to volunteer, hey, you all welcome for it. So, but I think we'll have people that will be volunteering for it because they created so much fear in this whole thing. They got people scared out their freaking brains. I mean, are you guys actually getting together for Thanksgiving with your loved ones? Or are you guys going to have you're going to do the whole virtual thing or whatever? I don't know, but drop it in the comment. Let me know what you guys doing for Thanksgiving. I just really want to know. My family normally, my wife's family normally comes and we have a get together every year. They come from all over and we host the family, except for this year, just, having to fly and the fear of the virus itself just got people just a little annoyed. And then with the lockdowns in certain places, So we're just like, we'll just, call it off, chill out. But I got family here, so we're gonna rock out with the fam here. Y'all going down? Okay, Mia said you going down South Louisiana. Yeah, y'all got that good food down there. Y'all got that gumbo down there. Okay. Dro, okay. SA today. All right, so some of you guys are traveling. Okay, that's cool. I like to keep my hands on what's really going on. So you guys help me, figure it out. We talk data, but we got to get to the real stuff too. So anyway, you got those tech stocks. They chopping around. And the Russell actually had a nice little play here of the past couple of weeks. And I think this is because of, again, hopes of a vaccine. And then we end up getting the vaccine. And so the Russell has actually been performing better than pretty much everything else. You've been seeing this nice move up in here. And when you think about it, the Russell is just getting into its overbought territory. It could still play some more. It's right in here. It could still play some more. But, again, it'll be a bet on opening back of the economy, those stocks, and then you also have to think about, further lockdowns when we go back on lockdowns, because the COVID cases are going up, and the news, they're going to just drive, the nail that, hey, everybody's in super danger. Although the deaths, are stagnant. They're flat, they're basically flat while the numbers are spiking crazy high. And so people are getting the cases, but the deaths are not following. They're not correlating with the cases numbers. So, but depending on how much fear they can create, people probably request to be on lockdown. It's just, people are just crazy. That's human nature. All right. So with that being said, let's take a look at the bonds. Let's take a look at the bonds real quick. Regular work day for you guys. Okay. So y'all just chilling. Yeah. So the bonds, you guys can see bond markets. It's been going downwards, and we're bouncing up right here into this little squeeze zone. So it's gonna be interesting to see what bonds do up against this resistance level. Okay, will it come up? Which I doubt. We'll see, but it looked like it's starting to break down, to come back down here. In fact, let me pull up bonds real quick, and again, the time in the markets class is on the website. Teach you guys about this whole bond stuff. It's right on the website, and you have some tools to play with. This, in fact, is you guys can play around with this chart yourself. It's on the website as well. But take a look at the yields here, right? I just thought this was interesting. Okay, now the gray line, right? The gray line is the one that the Feds is regulating and controlling. Let me just change it to red real quick. So this is the one that the Feds are manipulating. Okay, this is their tool when they talk about their policy, the 3 months, and you see it's down here, 0% in between this little zone right here. But if you see, it's actually been going downward. That's interesting. They're artificially suppressing that. But if you look here, the 10-year, this is the markets, okay? Free markets controlling this side here, the bond markets. And as you can see, yields are going up. So that's a real interesting thing there, to see if this thing stays connected. There's a lot of risk in the bond markets right now. So got to play this thing safe because it's real crazy. So anyway, I just want to show you guys the bond market real quick. And then we'll take a look at the dollar. Let's just pull up UUP for the ETF. And you can see the dollar has been going down. Well, again, you can play the UUP. Let me actually just pull up the dollar index here. All right, so we got the dollar index right here, this floor here. It's been, you guys can see it's been dropping its value, right? The dollar's been dropping its value. And again, the whole end game is they're going to have to end up destroying the dollar, point blank period. That's just the way it's got to be, because nobody wants to feel pain. They're going to print as much money as they possibly can. But we see the dollar's continuing to fall. It's in this whole bearish territory. How far will it fall? Will it continue to fall? That's what we're looking at. The dollar falls, equities is good. If you get a rise in dollar, equities is going short. But we're right here at some support levels here. So we'll see, how the dollar plays out. But I think eventually we're going to continue to lose value in the dollar. Okay. Gold and silver. Um, again, not really in the best position, not really in the best zone here. But it's chopping sideways. It hasn't detached from the 100 moving average. We talked about it, hovering the 100 moving average, hugging the block, and we can see it's coming down. It's here. It looks like it's in, again, oversold territory. It's trying to bounce up. We'll see. I don't know if it's exhausted yet or not, but I would like to see gold continue to hold here because, the gold investors, they already know once the stimulus roll out, bingo. What's causing this choppiness is the lack of stimulus and, vaccines, hopeful things that, maybe they don't need so much stimulus and blah, blah, blah. Those things are negative against gold, but that's why you got that choppy effect right there. So again, we've been holding gold way back here. So again, you're good if you got in back here in any of these times. You're still positive. Okay, if it comes down and break this floor here, then you may want to consider catching those profits. But yeah, so still long-term gold, silver, the same thing. All right. So silver is actually looking a little better than gold, actually. You can see it held that 100 moving average floor really, really nice. But you got some downward pressures right here. You got this crazy squeeze, though. No telling which way it's going to go. So, again, still holding it for the long side. Your risk is, again, this 200 moving average, the breach of that, snatch profits. Okay, we can always get back in a better zone if that plays out in that way. What else is on the radar? Let's see. Oh, so I was telling you guys earlier about that think script, that code that Justin had created for you guys. It's right here. Okay, it's got all these squeezes. You see all those red things in the middle of my chart. These are all stocks that's got daily squeezes on them. So if you're looking for the squeezes, okay, you need the juice, B. You need the juice. So this indicator, it's on the website. It's free. Take advantage of it. But anyway, those are all squeezes. So all these stocks over here are in nice squeezes. Let's take a look at now, because I see we have a couple of people that was shouting now in the chat. So bingo, there you go. This is one that came right up off of Justin's squeeze scan there. Interesting little setup that you got right here. It's got a nice squeeze in there. The fundamentals on now has always been pretty good. And let me get this removed. I'm gonna take this swing high to this low so we can get some levels up here. We got the 618 as the floor, so the floor is right underneath us here. Okay, which that's good. We have a target up here at 560. Okay, now 100% of the move will be right here at the 537. So even if you can get a move up there, if you got enough profits right there, then definitely consider snatching that out. That's about 540. But yeah, squeeze intact. I like this to the long side. Okay. What else you got? You said WMB. Williams Companies. I haven't traded this one before. But what's interesting, it's in a really long squeeze. I hate long squeezes. You guys know that. Sometimes they may not play out, but from this swing high to this low right here, we can see it tested that 618 perfectly. We know that's a resistance zone, but it looked like it's trying to make another leg up. How far can we go up? Well, again, how far does this stock move? Let's see. All right, so I mean, it doesn't have much movement in here. If you look at the options chain, let's go out 30 days, 26 days. We got about 1.82. So you got about, 2-point move on this thing. Okay, you got about 2-point move. And I know somebody was asking about trading in after hours, trading extended hours. When you place your trade, all you have to do is change the order type right here to extended hours. You want to trade in extended hours. You just go up in here and you can change your order from a day order, good to cancel order, or extended hours order. So that's how you would do that I know somebody was asking about trading extended hours, but bingo, there you go. All right. What else we got on this list? You know what? That looks good. Snap. Oh, Snap. You know, I don't even use this type of stuff. I know the kids, they use Snap and everything. Real interesting. Maybe they're getting some advertisement revenue. But this setup looks actually really good. We got a squeeze that's right here. We got the shift and momentum up there. We got buy triggers right here. There's another buy trigger right there. We got a target right up ahead. Okay, 47 at the first target, second target, $50 right here in your scanner. Okay, setups is just given to you just right there. You just got to look up the setups, find the best ones. So yeah, I like Snap. Twitter, no squeeze on Twitter, but again, you just take a look at how those companies are moving. This drop, let me just take this drop, bingo. It's like a counter trend setup, but Snap, Twitter, you know, these, you know, social media companies, we got a reversal here in momentum. The trend is starting to pick up as well, but I think that Twitter can probably pick up off the steam from Snap. We'll see. You know, if it breaches this level right here, then definitely got some upside, at least to the $47.58, which is 618 retracement, at least right there. But you know, keep in mind Twitter. You got Jack Dorsey and these guys. They at the congressional hearing and all of this stuff, so they're under a little pressure. But I think these guys, they smart enough. They know how to talk their way through it. So that's a particular risk. But you know, if you like Snap, then Twitter is another move as well. What else you got over here? Lululemon. Let's see. Lululemon is in the squeeze as well. Don't really know how high we can get up on Lululemon though. But just thinking about what's this weekend, what's coming up this weekend, right? From the Thanksgiving Black Friday, right? So people are gonna be shopping, and who more than likely will benefit? I don't know, but Lululemon seems like they may be in it for the taking. You got Hibbett Sports, Dustin. Let's see, Hibbett Sports. Yeah. Okay. So for their earnings, what did they do? Looks like they had a beat. Yeah, 1.45. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. This candlestick right here looking real weak though, but definitely like to see how that kicks off on Monday. If it can breathe a little bit, you know, I still like it to the positive side. The earnings came up real good on it. Positive. See if you can get a good entry on it. Yeah, I'm still long it though, but earnings is out the way. See how they play out. And what else you got? XPI. Okay. Similar setup here as well. X World Holdings. Okay. Now, what's this company in? I like this squeeze setup in here. It's bouncing. Okay. Nice squeeze is right there. Trend is juicing up. Got a buy trigger right here. All right, price is over the 9-moving average. Bingo. You know, the 6.8 retracement, first target. And I think we can get up to at least 60. We'll see. But I like this. I'm positive on that one as well. Good eyes. And then you want AOE. Oh, no. What's the ticker there? Give me the right ticker. None of these. Yeah, I can't find the ticker on your American Eagle. I don't know what that is. Okay, so maybe you can catch that and get it back to me and then I'll run it. But I just can't really think of it right now. What's up with the solar stocks? This is on the radar. Okay. All right, the solar stocks, they do their thing. You know, they definitely do their thing. And this setup in here, it's looking pretty good. I'll swing from this high to this low. This is right on Justin's list as well. This is the squeeze list. So you got that squeeze popping off in there. Got shift the momentum. Got a buy trigger right here. I mean, it held the 50 moving average greatly. You know, I think these stocks are definitely going to do good long term. All right. All right. So let's take a look at one more, and then I'll let you guys get to it. He said GME, GameStop. Oh, interesting. Okay, so yeah, the game stocks, I think they're looking pretty decent. I don't really know though. I'm just not feeling the games right now. Probably because I had just got that Xbox One X, and then they dropped the Series X a year later. But to me, I just don't see next gen technology in the PlayStation 5 or the new Xbox. I don't see next gen technology, not yet. I just don't know why. I was expecting much more, as I was explaining to you guys earlier. But you know, people want to get their hands on a new game, but they don't have a lot of the new games for the console out yet. You know, PlayStation 5 got a couple exclusives that's, you know, for the next gen console, but really I don't see next gen console. Like when they dropped the Xbox One, they came out with the Kinect and all of that. They had all the cameras and you could talk and all this other stuff. It was like next gen technology. Then they let PlayStation fans talk them out of that technology, and then they dropped the HoloLens, and they just like, oh, we're gonna keep that technology for industry instead of for video game world. And then trying to go toe to toe with PlayStation on just the console without the extra gadgetry, like you ain't gonna win that way. So whoever's in the marketing department should be fired. They should hire me to actually get that marketing get together, because that was next gen technology, next gen consoles. Now I don't see next gen, because again, I got all these teraflops. I got, you know, all this hard drives. I got, you know, I don't really need anything else. The games look phenomenal on my Xbox One X, which is the greatest console before they just dropped the new ones. Anyway, it's really no push to buy it. So we'll see how sales do though. So the sales go up, then, you know, these companies, they're going to do their thing, you know. But again, it depends on how much stimulus is out here for these guys, right? Got enough stimulus. But yeah, this is a double bottom setup. All right. Bingo, your target up there, $17. So I do like that as far as a setup. But, you know, I had to share my opinion on that just because it's been the talk of town, all these new consoles. I'm just still not, y'all let me know how y'all feel, man. I'm a gamer, you know. I game, my kids, they game, you know, they talk back nowadays, but they were little kids on my lap, you know, and they used to play, watch me play the game, and now they playing the game and they talking trash to me. Daddy, you can't beat me in Call of Duty. I'm playing Call of Duty against my sons for silver. We playing for we playing for ounces of silver, like in real life. And let me tell you that I've been losing. So the kids got the sauce now. Kids got the sauce. So with that one, yeah, let me take a look at EA, because EA, I think, is in an interesting situation. It's got a squeeze. Ugly setup. I hate the setup doesn't look too good. But, you know, this floor, you know, again, that's like a good floor. We got trend coming up. We got a squeeze in here right now as well. So maybe they can pop up in there. But that may be an alternative for you to check out as well. They got a nice price correction. These game stocks got a good price correction, like down here. So they got a good price correction in them. So maybe investors are ready to come back in them. If you take a look at Activision, Call of Duty maker, you know, a nice price correction in there as well. We'll see how they do, man. They just dropped that new Call of Duty. I haven't heard a lot of people talking about it. Again, the graphics are not next gen. I don't know. Maybe it'll flop. Who knows? Maybe it will pop. But my kids, they're not talking about it. So if the kids ain't talking about it, it ain't hot. All right. Oh, you got the AEO. Run that real quick. What you doing with this one? You shorting this one, or you still long on this one? Because the way I see it, it look like it's topping out though. Look like it's topping out up here. We'll see, but it's close. It's right at that top. It's already tested it. See how it comes. We'll see what it does. It's got an earnings. So this is an earnings play. The earnings is in 2 days. So you playing this for earnings? I don't know. I don't like it. It could be good. I just don't really have I don't see nothing that sticks out to me. I don't see any setups. So, yeah, Ron. Yeah, Ron, when you see Ron been working, y'all. But Ron normally come through with them cup and handles, B. So still waiting for Ron to come back through with them cup and handles. You know, he the cup and handle king. In fact, this stock right here, I got was a $32 target on this thing up here at the top. It is bullish, but you guys know, me and Ron, we've been running back to back on Jumia. So let me show you guys Jumia real quick, and we'll bring it to a close. But take a look at that Jumia right there. You guys know we talk about it as soon as this thing launched, and you had several opportunities to get in this thing, and it's been firing. No, this company is the Amazon of Africa. It's a German company actually, but they're doing the Amazon thing in Africa. A lot of people sleeping on Africa, but Africa, the people there got their hands on this mobile technology, these mobile phones. They're shopping, they need things. Especially in South Africa, it's really growing. A lot of money's out there. In fact, Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, that's where he living at right now. Okay, he already out there. But this company here, you know, is actually doing pretty good. Anyway, I just thought about that because they got that cup handle set situation pop off on it. Cup handle situation pop off. But I think we can definitely get up to a $30 target at least. And I think that, you know, long term, you can get up to around $50 on this thing. Yeah. Yeah, it depends though. You know, again, we keep on this whole lockdown situation. Who's going to benefit from these lockdowns? You know, these companies, they continue to do what they do. Let me take a look at FedEx real quick. I haven't checked them out. Okay. I think we're going to have to watch FedEx. We're going to have to watch FedEx. I think FedEx might be coming up on a good setup because, again, we stay on this lockdown thing. You know, I'm pretty sure people will probably be sending gifts through the mail and things like that. So I think that there's some space for them. I don't see a setup yet, but I want to keep my eyes on it. All right. You say you didn't buy them back. Capitalist capital of African continent. Yeah, they haven't been consistent, though. Yeah, they've been crazy. COVID just made them boost. They were a pocket change. That's right. COVID made them boost. Yeah. So anyway, the markets is a little tough these days just because of all the manipulations and stuff like that. But you know, we'll be in the chat room tomorrow. You know, ready to rock and roll. You guys, make sure y'all join us right here on the website, Wallstreetjackboyz.com. See the little chat bubble right here at the bottom. Okay. Okay. When you go to the front page, the chat is not available. You can go to any other page on the website and this chat bubble will be right here at the bottom. If you don't see that chat button at the bottom, then what you need to do is go right here to your direct messenger box, type in my name and send me a message and we'll help you to get that troubleshoot, you know? So, but yeah, this is where we hang out at right here. It follows you throughout the website. So if you're learning or whatever you're doing, you know, the plays, everything is right up in here. Setups and everything is right here. Again, most people charging $200-$300 per month for you to participate in their chat room. Again, this is all resources free for you guys. So definitely take advantage of it. And I love to see all of you guys in there. Stick your head in there and wave, you know, say hey or something if you're working or what have you. But definitely check us out. All right. So with that being said, we'll bring it to a close for the night. You guys have a good night. Peace.